All right, I'm here with Jordyn Clupp, who is on Girls Uncensored, one of the hosts of Girls Uncensored. We've had her on the show before, and we might be doing something later on down the line. But how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, it's been a day. Been one of those days, you know.
No, I get that. Yeah. It's just a Monday.
Yeah. Do Mondays usually just like feel very, long and depressing, or is it
Yeah.
just
Or Mondays, I'm just so tired. So tired.
what also goes with like what you did over the weekend too? Because like I don't even remember what I did over the weekend, and it was just I was exhausted this morning. I woke up late today.
Yeah, this weekend I was with both sides of my family. So Saturday with my mom's side, dad's side on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, what have you been up to? We talk very regularly, but like, what have you been up to? What do you want to tell people?
Well, the last time I was on here, I feel like we talked about Real Talk with Jordan a lot.
We did.
Now we're branching out to pageants and doing like modeling and stuff, which is insane. Completely insane for me because knowing me, I thought I would never do that in my life. But I just got done my first pageant for Miss Pennsylvania and I got top 10 finalists and then three awards to go with it. And then I got invited to nationals in Orlando during Thanksgiving break. So, but I'm not going to nationals yet. That's not something I want to do right now. I think I'm just going to do the regional pageants and then keep it like that. And then once I'm ready to go to nationals, I'll just go. But hopefully get back and invited back.
So, how is it competing in pageants versus just talking on a podcast between your friends, or just me and you, or you're on your own?
So pageants have gave me the ability to network more. Like I found a lot more podcasters or like just broadcasting, like doing all of that and like being in the industry. And it really has like I never thought like I'd actually have that. So it gave me like the ability to really just like use my voice and get my podcast out there too. For my personal introduction, that's what I talked about in front of like possibly like 100 people, maybe more in a room. It was scary, but I did it. And it really, yeah, it really helps networking. And I think that's the reason why like I wanted to do it because I want to learn how to network more. So this gave me and it gave me like the confidence too to like keep going and like keep pushing through everything. And it really helped honestly my podcast down Real Talk with Jordan because now when I get followers, like they follow all of the podcasts that I have, which I only have two right now. Thank God. I don't think I can have any more. I was thinking about doing like a pageant one with some of my friends that I met there, but they all live in like Reading and like Pittsburgh, so that kind of really wouldn't work out. But yeah, I want to kind of do that down the line, but we will see. But yeah, I just did a pageant and I just been living life. I've been more focused on right now is Girls Uncensored because it just started. So trying to get more episodes out there and interviews and like all that fun stuff and trying to plan everything out.
I can't remember who it was, but it was someone's boyfriend, and he was talking about like the school he went to. I was kind of like a little, it was weird just from how he explained it and how things like went on, but like, yeah, I never knew that went on in wherever he went to school. I can't remember exactly who it was,
Bucks
but
County.
Bucks County.
Yeah, it was Megan's boyfriend, Steven. Yeah. He's always talked about on our podcast. So poor Steven. But we gotta love the kid. We gotta love the kid. But yeah, he went to a high school that was based around some negative things. But it was just like crazy to hear because it really gave us like our raw reaction to what he was talking about. So once he said that, I think all of us, like our jaws just dropped completely. We were like, what? Like, because we all go to school around here, Delaware County. So like Springfield, that was never like that. Springfield, Springfield was definitely not like that. And like Upper Darby, that was not really like that either. So when we heard that and it was a private school, we were like, what in the world is going on? Like, what? But yeah, he came on before. We've had a lot of people on, but that was like the most probably downloads we've gotten is his. So
Do you guys ever just like do you guys ever just like think like how how does that like happen? Like whenever you have these interviews with people, do you ever think just like some of the stories that people tell, do you ever think that they're stretching the truth, or do you think it's just like the raw reaction, or they're really telling you what's going on?
so we've only had on Girls Uncensored, we've only had three special guests so far.
Okay.
So Steven was, and then the rest, like they really did tell because it was like their college experience. Like one girl that I had, my friend, she talked about how there was a girl that did a number two in the shower. Yeah, so that's one. Um, and then the other girl like just like was graduating from high school, and then we had Steven. So Steven was I think he was telling the truth. I think because when he was telling it, he was going in depth and he knew like the history like towards it. And I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, like this is real. I looked it up afterwards. I was like, no, you're kidding. Like there's no part. But I think the people I've had, they have told the truth. I don't think like they really did lie.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like that's the thing, like it's hard to tell who's telling the truth and who's not, like depending on if you could read the person. Like you have to look
Yeah.
at the facial expression and their eye contact. That's how you know if someone's telling the truth or lying in that sense.
Yeah, definitely. And he was so serious. I was like, and Megan's looking at him like, what in the world are you talking about on this podcast right now? But it was fine. It was good. Yeah, he definitely talked about some crazy stuff that day. It was
Yeah, and
interesting.
it was interesting, you said?
It was because I was just like, we were all sitting here, like, we were just all like thinking, all right, like, he's gonna be funny, like, because that's who he is. He's very bubbly and funny, and he just likes to make people laugh. But when he sat down here and we were like, oh, so like, where you go to school and stuff, he brought that up, and we were all like, oh, like, it was like crazy, like, how like the transition like works like that. But we laughed about it after the fact because I think we were just all like, stunned that that even happened. So when that happened, we just looked at each other and just like started laughing because it was silent. And, like you can't really like I'm not good in awkward situations. So you'll either like I will laugh if I am it's not it wasn't even awkward. It just like went silent and we were just like and we just all started busting out laughing.
That's crazy. And I know you guys do a lot of Instagram live and do your
Yeah, we
episode.
do. Yeah, we do Instagram Live. So, what we learned was that, well, right now we're trying to get our TikTok followers up because we want to go live on TikTok because TikTok is our main source right now. So like Instagram, it's going great, but I mean not Instagram, TikTok is where we're getting all the views and all the followers and all the likes. And like we're getting people's attention by posting our clips on there. And we also do have a YouTube channel, but since it's named this, the YouTube kind of gets a different aspect and doesn't put us up first, up on the you have to like scroll down and I don't think you guys don't want to do that. Um, but yes, we do a Instagram live every time we make a new episode, and then we either Natalie has this thing where she can upload the live and save it to her phone and put it on YouTube. But we haven't really actually we've been going on TikTok live a little bit on like our personal accounts and we've been kind of getting like followers from there. But when we do Instagram lives, we do post the whole entire episode and the raw reactions to it. But we're trying to like adventure out a little bit more and like figure out what we need to like really have others engage in this podcast because the things we talk about, they're definitely random sometimes. Like there's just a random thing. Like the one we posted last weekend was about why girls think the way they think. And that really got views and we actually got more, I feel like, followers on TikTok than like views and like likes. So it's kind of like depends, but yeah, we go Instagram live a lot.
So why is it girls think the way they think? Because I haven't listened to it yet, but I've just been busy. But what is the whole concept around that topic that you talked about?
Well, so I actually thought about it myself because I don't even think sometimes we know. the way we think. Because girls, like, if we're talking like friendships and stuff, like, they're always trying to compare to other girls. Like, everyone's gonna see someone at the beach and be like, damn, like I wish I had that or everything like that. We always compare and we don't really like, think about ourselves and think about who we are and like this is how we are. I think we just go from like, oh, look at this person, like she's stunning, like I wish I looked like that. So that happened. We talked about relationships and we talked about how sometimes like men, not all men, um they don't know how to like say okay. And like, they just keep going, keep arguing with you. You feel me? And yeah, that's like something that we talked about too, which was like good. And then other people we talked about like how men get like if we're dating someone, because everyone in the Girls Uncensored podcast is taken. Like they're not single. I'm actually the only one single in my friend group. So hearing their opinions and like what they think is kind of like it's kind of interesting. Like Natalie talked about how guys think that we're dramatic when we feel a certain way and how it approaches us and we think that it should not be like that because we all think differently and us girls we're dramatic. Sometimes we are. But if we're like upset about something, like some of the people in my generation don't give they don't care. They really don't care. So we kind of just like went in all aspects from like friendship to relationship to ourselves and we kind of just reflected on everything and like gave our best opinion.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. And it was but I think that might have been the best episode that like we did not care and all we did was laugh. And we just like basically stood on business the whole time. So it's like we just told it how it was and yeah.
Well, that's the thing with like episodes like that. If you talk about real stuff, like you guys just talked about, that makes the episode go by faster and it actually engages, your audience or whoever is listening or watching to relate with you guys, which is kind of
Yeah.
which is like what I do. I mean, I talk about personal stuff in my life and then it relates, oh yeah, my grandfather did this too, or something like that.
Yeah, so it's kind of where we were, but yeah, we're gonna have a lot of new stuff coming up this year and next year with like interviews. Like you'll 100% be on our Girls and Censor podcast. I think I am also the only one that like produces and does clips and edits the whole entire audio because I majored in this. So like all the other girls they're in college right now or they're working full time. So it's a little bit harder to do it by yourself and figure out, oh wait, I have to learn this so then I can have someone on the podcast. So it kind of goes from like stuff, but I'm learning slowly. So hopefully I'll get to have interviews very, very soon. But yeah, you're definitely probably the first one. That's
I don't know what I'm going to talk about, to be honest.
Oh, well, it's gonna be funny because it's not only gonna be me, you're gonna have all of us four give you questions and answer and ask you questions. And honestly, I'm really excited to see what the three girls have because they ask some pretty good questions. So, and we're very unfiltered. So make sure your kids don't watch Girls Uncensored.
I don't even have any kids.
Yeah, and I'm just saying for everyone, don't be in the car while your kids are listening to Girls Uncensored.
I, Whenever I do Lyft, I listen to the most unfiltered stuff, and a lot of people get so mad. Um,
Yeah,
and I don't like. I've learned to not even care anymore about what people think. Like, if you don't like what you're listening to, then
don't listen
tune
to it.
in. I do.
Yeah, no, I think that kind of what makes our podcast more alive because we give our raw opinions. Like us girls will sit on this couch and we will just go at it. Like we will just put our like real self out there and be like, we don't care about this, we don't care about that. Like, and the thing is that it's all true. Like all the things we say, like, but it's just funny sometimes our reaction to things. I think that's also what makes it funnier because Natalie will sit here on the floor sometimes. I'm like, dude, you gotta stop sitting on this floor. She'll sit on the floor and then we can't see anyone, but she will crack up and she will go on the clips and just make these crazy faces. And I'm like, we're talking. What are you doing? Are you in your own little world? So, but yeah.
And you guys all do it on the same couch, right?
Yep, right here. I don't know how we do it, but we do fit.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
Yeah, my podcast room is like, there's a lot of stuff that we need to get out of here before I can really physically move my whole desk because it's super long, my desk. It's way too long. It barely fits in this basement. So, we had to just do some like things around here and put up the wallpaper that I've asked my father to put up for months now. So it looks like I'll be doing it, but we're getting this blue out of here.
You don't like the blue?
No, no. Because it doesn't match my tapestry or anything. The ones I have are like white and like also they're soundproof, so like you won't be able to hear any extra stuff. Even though like sometimes you really don't hear it down here. Surprisingly, because my dad and mom are loud upstairs sometimes.
Yeah,
So
that's like whenever I would listen, I don't hear any background noise. It's only you four.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. Maybe because we're just so loud.
I don't know. My walls are hollow where I'm at, so I hear everything and anything, honestly.
Yeah, that happens like here, like you'll hear sirens out here and stuff because we kind of live, it's kind of weird because like where I live is like it's like a street where it's like a main busy road, but like you could literally see my house from that main street. So kind of like right there. But I'm like, oh my God, thinking to myself, praying, like, please don't hear it. Let's not pick up with the sirens. But you never do, so I was okay.
I'm doing it in where I'm at right now. I'm in my kitchen and my phone's propped on my fridge, my mini fridge,
Oh,
for that matter.
mini fridge.
Yeah, it's too hot in the other room I usually do it in. It's just and then if I want to open the window, there's always like some noise out there and it's
Yeah.
just
I
doesn't
do it
work.
in my basement. Um, I think what I need to do is make this basement like kind of like more of me because it's creepy down here when I'm by myself. Like at night, like sometimes I come down here to edit or do stuff and I can't do it because like it's dark out and usually so when I'm down here by myself, it's so quiet in my like house and I'm just like always so scared. But I think once my podcast room comes together, I'll be a lot more like, calm.
Do you believe in ghosts or anything?
Oh, here we go. Um, I believe in spirits, but I don't really know about ghosts. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't really know because I seen your a weed. What is it called? What word was
Ouija
it?
board.
Yeah.
Ouija board.
And I'm like, oh my God, like I could never do that. Because me, I get freaked out very easily. So if I see something, I'm gone. I'm running.
So the thing with the Ouija board though, it's weird because you're like you can't really like fake it on a video. Like a lot of people can say what you're doing is fake. Like I can clearly feel someone like moving, the planchette or the dime or whatever I was using on the board itself. But when I did it in my car that one time, that the video I showed you where it moved by itself, remember that?
Yeah,
Like
that was
that,
crazy.
I I don't know what happened with that, but that was actually outside of Beasley, believe it or
Oh,
not,
yeah.
because I was told that that building was built on a cemetery.
Oh, lovely.
I don't know if you knew that, but that's what I was
No,
told.
I had no idea.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole ghost thing, I believe, because Tori and I, we're connected to the world in a sense. It's weird. Like up at my summer house when my grandmother, she died in 2014. Like she went up to my summer house, me and her, and she was just like, "I just met your grandmother." I'm like, "Why?" She was like, "Because I just felt like a thing of perfume just hit my face." And usually that means there's a spirit around. My grandmother wore perfume a lot, so she, smelled like something. And then it's just weird shit's happened to us though, and where we used to live. It's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely do believe in spirits because I actually really want to go back to a medium. I've already been there once. But the guy I had, we had to meditate. Okay, mind you, I can't meditate. I can meditate, but I will laugh because it's quiet. Like it's just no. So, but I was trying to meditate when I did a medium, and he actually would not read to me because, well, everyone else, I wanted everyone else to do it, so they really had people come for them. And I wasn't really worried about myself. Well, the dog we had, my grandmother's dog, you're like there, is like right after my senior week, and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh God, here we go. I'm so nervous for this. And the dog had to go out, and I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna sit here and let the dog suffer. Like, if he has to go to, like to the bathroom, I'm gonna take him out." So I took him out on the deck, and I come back, and they all are done, and they're like, "Well, why didn't you do it?" I said, I have a dog that I had to take out, so I don't really know why. He's like, "Well, you're lucky if someone comes in for you today." I was like, "Oh, lovely." So I kind of just sat there, but then like once like someone came in, I was like, "Oh, okay, like that's all I needed." But I want to do another one really bad. So I keep going. Do you know Teresa Caduto?
Sounds familiar.
She's a Long Island medium.
Right.
And she's really good. And I watch like her stuff on YouTube and stuff, and I'm always like doing like getting like she does like private readings and stuff. So I actually emailed her. I was like, "Hey, like this is what happened to me. Like this is why I really want to, do it." And obviously she never got back to me because she's like hella famous. But I keep doing like her going to I want to go to her like one of her big things. So like it's like crowds after crowds and like they sit down and they do like basically like a reading to people, but like she has to pick you to do it. So I always like kind of wanted to see how that would work. But I feel like at the same time, like I might not get it. So but yeah, definitely should go back to another medium that won't make me.
Would you ever like interview a medium? You and the whole Girls Uncensored crew? Would you all just have a medium come in and just do an interview and give
Oh,
you guys?
100%. I That's actually a really good idea. But the thing is that us girls are emotional, so like obviously they're gonna want to do a reading, like probably on the mic, and that's just like gonna be rough because like we all lost people in the last like couple of years, so that like really meant a lot to us, and like we always still like kind of have a hard time with it. So I think that's something that like we're all gonna be a mess for. So I don't really know if like we should do a reading before we do it or after. But yeah, that's a good
I
idea.
think with me, I feel like if I had a medium on, he would take the negative energy out of me, honestly.
Yeah.
Because like I have a lot of energy, but like it's all negative thoughts I have in my head. I always think of the worst. I guess you could say I'm a hypochondriac in a sense.
It's okay, me too.
That's
I
what you are.
definitely am. A little bit because once I get sick, I'm like, "Oh my God, what if I have this?" And I look it up and then I'm like, I freak myself out even more. And then when I go to the doctors, they're like, "Jordyn, you have nothing. You just have a little cold." And I'm like, "Oh my God." I literally just stressed out for days because when I get sick, I get sick. Like fevers, chills, like everything. So kind of just think that like, you know, I think
We
it's
had
just
a guy come in that came into work and he had COVID and he didn't even like. I was like, dude, I'm like, why are you coming in if you had COVID? He was like, I didn't know. I'm like, oh, well, that's great. And then I said, well, I guess you're going to come in with the Black Plague next week to see if we can survive that because like
yeah,
you're in a studio with two other people and you're not wearing a met. Like I don't care about COVID. Like I was never really a believer, but like the fact of the matter is you're still sick and you probably
exactly.
have disease that's worse.
Yeah, COVID affected my family crazy. Well, my dad. So the first time he had COVID, he was hospitalized and like couldn't breathe, had to like be like his oxygen was so low. Thank God God was with him that time because honestly, if he didn't go that night to the hospital, I don't really know what could have happened. But I remember I was a junior. Maybe no, it was probably like the first time of my senior year. And it was literally like I went to Harry Styles concert with Megan because she's obsessed with Harry Styles. And I come back and then a couple days later, he's like, I have COVID. And I'm like, oh, great. And that's when you had to like quarantine yourself. So I
Right.
couldn't leave my house. My mom and dad were the only ones that had COVID. I kept testing negative for COVID. So, but then I like woke up, like I went to bed at like 2, woke up at 3, and my dad, because that's when I didn't have school, because I couldn't go in. My dad and my mom are like downstairs, and I go downstairs, and I'm like, shit, I had to put on a mask. And I didn't even put on a mask. I did not care. And all I hear my dad is like gasping for air. Like it was the scariest moment of my life. And then I
Mm.
kind of saw like the ambulance take him and all of that. And my dad is like my bestest friend. So seeing him go through that made me like I was crying, like I was a mess. I was like, is he gonna be okay? Like I literally went into like a mental patient. So basically, I actually called my aunt, the one who passed away like 2 years ago. Before that, I like literally called her. I was like, "Can you please come get me? Like, please come get me. I'm in this house. There's COVID. I'm tired. I can't sleep." So basically, I stayed up the whole entire night, checking on my dad. He was texting me, whatever. So then, well, I didn't really get sleep, so I called my mom. Like, Mom, can you please take me? Like, can I just please sleep at your house? Like, take me with you. I'm not sick. So we got tested again. I think that was like my fifth time getting tested for COVID. And I lived with her for another week. And then my dad called me and was like, take the car. Like, you're gonna have to go back to school next week. You're gonna have to go back to dance. Take my car. And he was still in the hospital. So, obviously, my grandfather got my dad after the fact, but like he was really bad. But he was in there for like maybe almost a week, maybe a week. I don't really remember, but yeah, he got super sick, and then he got it again. I was like, dude, please stop. You're literally gonna have make me have like a heart attack after all of this. But I never got COVID. Both of my parents did, and I didn't. Now my mom has effects from it now till this day. She can't smell still. And if she does smell, it's very, very, very rare. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, smell this. I'm like, oh, wait, never mind, you can't smell that. And I'll ask my dad, and he's like, oh, I could smell it, like a little bit. But yeah, my mom still doesn't have her smell back.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Tori's mom's ex-boyfriend, he was in the hospital right before COVID, like in
Oh.
2019, for 2 months. I remember he missed Thanksgiving, and they didn't know what he had. The doctors, they thought like he was just really sick, and they didn't know what he had. And then fast forward till March, that's they figured out like, okay, he probably had COVID back when it came in 2019.
Yeah, COVID back then was something like I didn't really want to believe in. Like I really didn't. I was just like these dumb masks. Like I mind you, I'm like 17 at the time and I'm like just trying to live life and like it was my senior year, so I had my senior year of dance and I remember for dance I had a photo shoot to go to for the first like for competition and I was like I don't have my mom to do my makeup. Like I was struggling. Like I got my hair all done because my mom is the one that does all my makeup and stuff because like she's really good at it. And I was like, well, she has COVID, so I can't really do that. So I had to do a lot of stuff on my own. And I think that's kind of what helped me be like how independent I am now. Because I did a lot on my own. And then like I moved in with my friend for like a couple days till my dad came home and then I went home probably like I waited it out a little bit longer. I didn't want to go there and God forbid get sick. So like they cleaned the whole house before I came home. And I cleaned the whole car. It was crazy. It was a crazy time. Definitely like something that was like super scary. But now we're all good. Hopefully.
Well, did you hear what's been going on? I see a lot of stuff on TikTok about the monkeypox and how we're going to go into
Yeah.
another.
It just doesn't end in this world. I think that basically people are bringing over things that we really don't need here. I mean, we have COVID, we have all this other stuff going on. I don't think it's like, no. Like, I just don't understand. Like, how are you bringing it from this one place to another? Like, how? But, I do hear about it, but I don't watch the news, believe it or
No,
not. No, I can't do it because I can't hear about the shootings and stuff in Philly because it's so sad. Like this world is going to literal poop. There's no peace in this world at whatsoever. They literally are killing people all the time. Like why? Why do you have to kill? What? Like there and little kids. When I hear little kids on there, that like I can't do it. Like I would cry. Like I can't do it.
I don't watch the news, but I do hear a lot of stuff
Yeah,
on
I do
uh
too.
on X, and it's weird because on X they posted a video of four guys shooting a guy on a bike. They just like ambushed him, shot him on a bike, and shot him like 10 times each of them, and ran in their car and got away. It was just bizarre.
Yeah, no. Because I can't, I'm not even on, I am on X because I have Real Talk with Jordan on there, but I literally do not post anything. I don't really go on there because I think it's boring, honestly. Believe it or not, TikTok and Instagram are like actually, and Facebook Reels. I don't know what has been for the last couple months or last couple months, I've been on TikTok Reels, and they're so much funnier sometimes than Instagram.
Yeah, I just go on X every now and then just to scroll, and that's it. I mean,
Yeah,
other
I
than that,
think the only time I went on X was for Love Island, the TV show.
what is Love Island? I never.
Love Island. Okay, so basically, there's people that come from all over and they pick a spot, and this spot was Fiji. So they had a whole summer in Fiji, and basically they can't have their phones, they can't have a lot of stuff. They have to eat dinner with the girls, like the girls go on one end and then the boys go on another. But basically, Love Island is where you go in and you try and meet someone you connect to and see how that keeps going. Well, when that's going on, while they're doing that, bombshells are walking in. They're called bombshells. Basically, they're more like hot girls that come in the villa and try to take your man. Like they don't
Oh,
care. Yeah, so um and mind you, the bombshells watch the show before they go on. So like they'll watch all the episodes until like the episode they're about to go on to. So they watch all of it before they come. Um, so that's like the craziest part. Like you know what's going on and you're still gonna do that like crazy. And then like there's games and challenges you have to do. And then there's people like from obviously like America has to vote for your couple. And if you don't get voted out, then you are oh my God, what's that word? You're vulnerable. So basically, what that means is you could be left, like you could leave the villa because you didn't get picked. Yeah,
wow.
there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes into it. I love Love Island. I binge watched it for 2 weeks, and I'm like, I want more. Like, what are we doing? Um, and it's
It's
very
kind of
like raw too, I think.
well, it's kind of like the one show that used to be on. I think it was on VH1. It was where couples would be naked, like everyone was
Oh my
naked.
God, the Naked and Afraid. Was it
Yes, I don't know who was naked and afraid, but they were all naked and they were all dating each other, trying to date one
Oh,
another.
then I don't know what that is. That's not Naked and Afraid. What in the world?
It was a weird. So it was on VH1, and everybody was naked, the guys and the girls, and they would all try to date each other. It was weird, and it was a blind date type deal too. But they were on an island. I can't remember the show. Used to watch it at my friend Emily's house, and her mom did not.
Yeah, do you ever hear like the audio, the TikTok audio is like, now you send in three home and you're still here, bitch, and your overalls now what? Do you ever
Yeah,
hear that?
yeah, I've heard
That's
that.
from Love Island.
Really?
Yeah, so like there's that one and then there's like um there's all these other ones that like I can think of. Like I honestly like I never was into Love Island, but season 26 came out and I was like, "Oh my God." Like the drama is there, but it's kind of funny to see like what happens and then like there's Casa More. So basically the boys go to a different villa and the girls stay at the same villa, but there's all like girls, like new girls go into with the boys and then new like boys go into with the girls. So the original and the OG people have to see other people until their people come back. And but the thing is they have a choice to a boy, like they have a choice if the boys can bring back girls to keep that connection and keep doing with the two girls, or the girls can pick the guys that could like stay there. But the thing is that this season, none of the girls pick them guys.
Yeah.
All the guys, some of them brought people back to the villa and started so much stuff. So it just like it's kind of funny, but there was a PA girl.
Really?
Yes, she lives in Pittsburgh. Her name's Kayla. Martin, Kayla Martin. She's 22, and I love her. I'm like still trying to get her on Girls Uncensored right now. Like I would love to have her on
It,
but she's getting too famous.
no, you could probably get her on. I mean, there was this guy who you ever know the show hear the show called Chopped? It was on Food Network.
Yes, oh my God, stop. Me and my little cousin used to actually play Chopped when we were kids.
Really?
Yeah, my aunt would give us ingredients to have, and then we would have to make something with that.
Wow. But no, I interviewed somebody who was a contestant on Chopped. I reached out to the person, and
Yeah, it's kind of hard to reach out because like I did already. It's hard. Maybe I'll do it on email might be better.
how did you reach out? Instagram or?
I think it was DMs. Hold on.
Because
Yeah, I think
that's
it was DMs.
yeah, I think that's what I did with one of the guys on Chopped. Um, try email, yeah, try email or try email DMs, whatever. But like, how do you present? How do you present? Like, usually, like if you want someone to come on your show, like, how do you present that?
Well, we never really had like anyone like other than the people we know, like we're friends with. So I'm still learning how to really do all that stuff. So I wouldn't like I'd be like, we're PA girlies. Come join us. Please tell us this damn tea. Now, there's not really no tea. We all know all the tea. But I would ask her so many like real questions. First off, I'd ask her, what is your lip liner combo? It's like I've been wanting to know her makeup like routine for the longest time. But there's so many things. Like, so Aaron, the guy she was with since day one, goes to Casa, meets another girl, and like stuff goes on. Of course, Kayla is sleeping outside in Soul's Ties with Serena, and he's sleeping with other girls. So it started like all of that there, and then like he was lying to her, and I love them, but now goodbye, Aaron. But yeah, but there's this girl Leah, the one that now you send in through meme or not meme, but like audio. She is like I think she's at like 3 million followers or something now.
Really?
Yeah, she's like big.
I would love to have the Huck to a girl.
Really?
Yeah.
That is interesting. That's
Uh,
very interesting.
well, she's not so like she's famous off of that one video, but she could also. I hear she's also a down to earth person. I mean, I really think she would be cool to have on a show, but I know a lot about her from other interviews. It's just, I don't know, she would be interesting. I would love to have her on.
You already know who I would love to have on my Real Talk with Jordyn podcast.
Jesse Murph?
Yes. It is so hard because like I'm actually seeing her in November in Hershey. I got VIP tickets to go see her.
Does that mean you get to meet her and all that?
I don't know. I actually have to look that up. But I think I go and ask her questions before like she talks to us before her show and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I am like so stoked for it.
If you look up her contact information, I'm sure you could find.
Oh, I did already.
Oh, you did?
She ain't never answered me back.
Did you email her personally or her publicist?
I don't know. It doesn't have it. It just says Jesse Murph Gmail.
Oh,
Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know. I gotta look it up again. But I would love to have her on my podcast. You have no idea. I will literally pay to have her on my podcast. That sounds crazy, but I love Jesse Murph.
why do you love her so much? If I can ask, I never really got that.
So Jesse makes really good music. Of course
Yes,
he does. But I really, really connect with all of her songs in different ways. Like I could possibly tell you every like song I had like she has, and I could possibly tell you like reason why I felt like that, or I felt like that and this person did it. Like I'm telling you, and also her concerts are damn lit. They are so fun. And like her concerts are healing. Like you can scream, you can be yourself, and like the things that she writes about are just so relatable. So it kind of like all goes out in one, but she's like my favorite artist now. I like Shawn Mendes was, but now Shawn Mendes is getting a little bit weird.
Why is it getting weird? I never.
Well, so him and his like mental health wasn't good, which completely understandable. Take the time you need, but he came back with like kind of like songs that I was just like, no. So he lives in the woods, and he's been like singing in the woods and like making all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's so cool, but where's like In My Blood, like that kind of music? It's like kind of like it's like Hallelujah's on it, and I'm just like, okay. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think I kind of like just grew out of him.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
Speaking of woods, love the woods. I would love to live in the woods, to be honest.
Yeah. See, the thing is that me and the girls stayed 3 weeks down the shore at the campground. So we were in the woods and doing fires and all of that fun stuff. I think the only thing I was scared for is ticks on me.
Yeah.
Everything else I was fine with. Like obviously the mosquitoes were horrible down there.
You were at a camp, right? You
Yeah.
said so. Like you just slept in
Yeah.
a tent for how long? You slept in tents the whole time, or no?
No, we did not sleep in tents. I've slept in tents before though. There.
Right.
But we slept in my trailer.
Okay.
My trailer, there's also that things that like go on. So basically, the hot water was clogged, like the filter was clogged up. So we didn't have hot water for days. So we had to take cold showers.
Mm.
And then I told like my trailer neighbor, I'm like, dude, it is so cold. Like, I don't know what to do. He's like, let's look at the filter. It was so clogged. So thank God we had a backup filter my grandfather had for us. So we put that in, and then the hot water was amazing. So the water's been fine ever since. But it took a little bit. Me and Natalie actually overflowed the sink. So I wanted to get a shower that night, and my grandfather was like, okay, keep the like the hot water one on for like 10 minutes. So like, okay. So I put the hot water on. I'm like, Natalie, remind me in 10 minutes I have to shut that off. We both forgot. So she goes in the living room and she goes, Jordyn? And I'm like, what? She's like, can you come here? And it's just like water is dripping down everywhere.
Oh,
This it was crazy. Yeah, don't ever have your stopper in either because I think that's what happened. I'm not used to a stopper on a sink. So I learned the hard way. And the stove is like so tiny. You always have to like light it up underneath, like with the gas, and then the oven, I hated working that oven. Still can't work it. It's like very old-fashioned oven, and you have to light something up like underneath to like really light the oven up. So it was kind of crazy, but it was fun.
I don't know how I would like that living in a trailer for a couple weeks.
I'm used
'Cause
to it. So, and we had barefoot. So we went down to barefoot. We weren't really there, but it was good because it was like down the shore. So I was in Cape May and it was like 5 minutes from Wildwood. So I would just do it. But honestly, my trailer has a kitchen, has a nice living room, TV, bathroom, bunk beds, and then a real actual room. And then if you go out like where like the Florida room is the extension, there's like the dining room table, and then there's sleep people like places to sleep and another TV. So I don't know. It kind of we have Wi-Fi down there too, so we're perfect. We're usually fine.
I just like I know a lot of people do like live in trailers, but some trailers don't even have showers or anything. So like I don't know, like people just do go to Planet Fitness and shower there sometimes.
Yeah, we go to so there is a shower in my trailer, but it's so tiny. So and also they really don't like the water pressure, you know. So my friends are bougie and they don't like that stuff. Me, I personally don't care. As long as I get a shower, I'm fine. But there's like a bathhouse like right near me. So it's like a 1 minute walk, maybe two.
Yeah, I never done trailer life or van life, but
Would love to do a van life.
It depends on how I would feel. I mean, I don't know. I want to and I don't. Like there's this girl I follow, she lives in her car. She's your age actually. She lives in her car and travels the world.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah, not in my car, maybe like a bus. Like you know how like they like do the bus into like a nice like I would love to do that.
that's on my bucket list, one of them.
Yeah, we'll see. I definitely will never get there. But um yeah, I always travel as it is though, so it's fine.
Yeah. You have any fun things you're doing in the next few months besides Jesse Murph?
I want to see Nicki Minaj and Jelly Roll. But I also Jingle Ball, of course. I love my Jingle Ball. I go every Christmas, well, every year in December, Jingle Ball. But I'm trying to think what I would wanna. I don't really know right now because there's stuff that like I'm still trying to figure out. So like I'll be babysitting full time, also doing two podcasts, and then I might do another pageant, but I'm not sure yet. So don't quote me on that. But there's a lot of stuff like just for Girls Uncensored, interviews, and then we're actually gonna get like a cricket and make our own merch with the
What's
cricket. So basically it's like this big long thing and like you connect to it and you print stuff out and like you can make your own logos and stuff on a t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
We might do that. We'll see. But we definitely want to get merch out because our family members were like, okay, like how can I like get us t-shirts? And I was like, okay. So that's definitely something we want to do, but it will take a while. And then we also want to do a website so then it's easier for everyone to find us.
And who made the intro to your song? Wasn't it a family member of your
Yeah,
like
my
to
cousin.
your who?
My cousin.
Your cousin?
Yeah. He made our intro and it was really good.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that, but he's always like been really good at like songwrite, like songs and like doing beats and stuff. So like that like was really up his alley. And once he did ours, I was like, oh my God, this is so dope. So I love listening to it like now and then, like listening to our own podcast and just hearing that.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
I listen to my own stuff every now and then if I feel like I need to critique myself.
yeah, I hate listening to my voice.
Why?
Which I'm in this and I'm gonna be in the radio industry, so it's like you can't really hate it, you know? Um, but well, because sometimes just like hearing your voice, like, ooh, you know what I mean? It's like, ooh, why did you say it like that? Or I have the Delco accent. The Delco comes out of me.
Yeah, it does.
The A's and like the home. Like it's so weird the things I say. My parents were like, the thing is like my dad's a Delco boy, my mom was a Philly girl. So kind of my dad understands, but my mom, like, she has the Philly accent.
Well, it's kind of like with the writer of the Delco movie. He told me that I had the accent. I'm like, oh, I don't even hear it.
Yeah, we don't hear, that's why. That's crazy. Yeah, Delco movie. I was gonna do that. I literally was going to fall through with it, but then like stuff was going on with my family and like I had stuff to do for dance and stuff, so I couldn't really do it. Um, but it's okay.
I shouted you out in that episode, by the way.
You did?
Yeah, I told him that you auditioned, I believed, and it was like a scheduling conflict.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well,
Who you
Delco movie. Huh?
who were you auditioning to be? Like one of the main characters, or
I have no idea. It was an
oh,
open call. I was just gonna I didn't even make it to the open call. I
hmm,
remember I was getting sick with my
yeah.
allergic reaction and stuff. I couldn't go. I couldn't go up in hives. They'd be like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna make you the main character," and I'm like, "Oh, great."
That would be. I mean, I don't know. I think that would have been cool though. A good thing that you would have done. You know.
Most likely, but also I can't act.
No.
No, I will laugh. Like trying to do it, I think I would laugh. I could not do it.
I can kind of act. It's kind of what I do.
Yeah, no, not me. I'm too real. I'm too unfiltered.
Why is it like that though? Why are you unfiltered? Because I never really got that with you. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like unfiltered, but I mean, it's just were you
It's just
always like?
who I am,
It's just
really. Yeah, it's just like who I am. Like, I don't know. Like, I just like, I think what it is like, I don't really care, like, what people have to say anymore, you know? I'm just very unfiltered and I'm very brutally honest with people.
yeah,
But I'm like that because would you rather want me fake or real?
real.
Exactly. So I'm not gonna sit there and like be fake to you when like something happens or like you need advice. I'm gonna give you the real advice. I'm not gonna give you something that's fake and then like, no, that's not who I am. I don't know. I think I also I came from a family that curses a lot. I grew up with it my whole entire life. There's always some sort of curse word coming out of their mouth. But I do sometimes know how to control it. I don't really do it as much. But if I'm just having a conversation with someone, I use my hands. I'm Italian. I'm loud. So basically, it all comes, but both sides curse like crazy.
Yeah,
So I
that's
kind of learned it from them too. But also, my friends curse too.
yeah.
So kind of like I don't get away from it. And then yeah, but yeah, I just I'm just very unfiltered. But it's okay. Sometimes you need people like that, I think. But I'm usually not that bad anymore. I just stick to myself.
Funny thing about that. On A3 Media, a friend of mine did ask about your show. He thought it was something 10 times worse than what he thought of.
Oh, of this, yeah, no. It's not. It's nothing about dirty or inappropriate at all. It's basically just about our unfilteredness.
Yeah,
Basically, I think. No, but no. I know people like are like uncensored. And I'm like, it does not mean that. It does not mean what you guys are thinking. It's not that at all.
that was my initial thought. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Good concept.
No, it is not that. We really like some like in the beginnings of our episodes, we would talk of like we wouldn't really talk, but things would be brought up, but like it would never be like borderline like,
Yeah.
crazy. But I'd say our podcast is rated PG-13.
Well, that's the one thing I do like about your show. You do bring stuff up that happened in your friendship, and then you guys get into little tiffs, which is funny, but I like that. I think that's a
Oh,
good.
when we sit here and then we argue with each other while we're on the microphone.
Oh yeah, that's the best.
It's not even arguing. It's just like, I don't know. It's usually me and Megan. I don't really think like it's usually me and Megan that are arguing in the podcast. Natalie and Kenzie just look over and they're like, it doesn't surprise us that they're arguing. But like we don't really argue like that at all. We just kid around. That's who we are. Like, but reason why I did this podcast was because we had crazy stuff happen to us. And you know what I'm talking about. We had crazy stuff happen to us and now it's funny. I think it's funny that like we went through that, but also like I don't know, like we had some crazy times. But basically, um, yeah, I don't know. Us girls just like been through a lot, and we wanted to do something for at us and like get stronger and like be a team. And we kind of thought maybe doing a podcast would really help us, and it really did. I think we can. I just can't wait to have people on because it's going to be a scene.
Yeah, I'm
It's
kind
going to
of
be.
like I'm a little nervous now from what you're telling me.
It's just because because I don't know what they're gonna ask you, you know? Like we have a lot, like it's just me right now, but
What do you
it,
think they would ask me? Let's put it that way, because like I'm an open book.
I really don't know. They surprise me. You know, like the things they ask, they will surprise me. But I feel like that episode that we're gonna have is gonna be funny, very fun, and just real, very unfiltered per usual. Um, but no, like we are just very, I don't know. I think we're funny. I think we're sometimes hilarious. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, I get that completely.
But yeah, we're just us.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think that's how you have to put it. But
Yeah.
no, it's gonna be fun. Like I can't wait. I just have to learn how to like do Zoom like this and like really like record it and stuff and then put it in. That takes
It,
time for me to learn.
well, I get both the audio and the video, so I usually with my interviews that are just on the video, that's just video. I just put the interviews that me and you, that either you and I or somebody I did an interview with. That was just going to go on A3 Media, to be honest.
Hey, A3 Media! I can't wait.
Yeah.
I just have to do my demos and then that'll be fine.
You have to do what?
The demos that you want me to do.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah.
We're still not there. But no, but I'll get there eventually. Life has been kind of hectic for me. But yeah, no. I can't wait. I can't wait for A3 Media, of course. I can't wait to have all the girls on with us.
Yeah. No, that's going to be a good one.
That's gonna be interesting. The only thing is that how are we gonna fit all the girls into this camera?
you can make it work.
We're gonna have to squeeze.
I could see it working.
I think it too.
You would have to put like the camera on like a side angle of all of you.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
think we're gonna have to do. And then maybe we'll go on my iPad for it and not my computer. iPad has more room.
Yeah. I think we'll be able to do it.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting episode that we're gonna be doing.
You just got to give me a date and time, and I'll work around my schedule.
Yeah, I need to actually like ask the girls too because Megan is full time, Natalie's back in school and doing work. Kenzie's doing a new college now, another one in Widener, and then she's doing college work, college work, college work. So that's all she does. But she has off, I think she said Mondays and Tuesdays,
Okay.
but it's not until like they wouldn't be able to do it till like 5 or 6.
That's fine. I'm not at that at that place that we talked about a couple days ago.
Yeah. So
Hearing about.
basically, we'll have time. But yeah, I think that's gonna be very interesting to have
Have
these
you?
girls.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a good one. Have you talked to Deanna lately?
Yeah, actually, like kind of here and there. I posted them for my radio talk show. I mean, not radio talk show. Oh my God. For
Well,
National Radio Day, right? On my
right.
birthday. It was
Yeah.
kind of weird. It was a coincidence that it was my birthday and it was also like, but yeah, I don't really like, we don't really text, but like Facebook, like we'll go back and forth on like comments and stuff and like talk about The Bachelorette or like stuff like that. But yeah, no, Deanna, love her. I'm so
We
happy for her too.
we had a conversation yesterday, I believe. I was talking to her about what I'm doing, and she told me what to do. She told me what she think I should do. So I'm like, all right, cool. So it's kind of like she also told me she doesn't want me to be unhappy with my decision of what I do next. I'm like, I get it, but I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, 100%. Deanna gives really good advice, and she was like kind of like my mentor for like a month or two. So it was great, and I'm so blessed that I got to learn from her because now when there's stuff that comes up, like she always gave me like little hints or like little tips on things, and now I do it, and it helped me out so much better. And
Yeah,
Justin really helped me out with editing too. So yeah.
yeah. No, those two are they were very good mentors. I mean, I didn't get to do an intern with them or anybody, but I mean, doing their show behind the board was very easy, and they were very helpful and all that.
Yeah, definitely. That's just like how they are. And being on their show and like being with them, I am so blessed for and like having What Up with Clupp. What Up with Club was such a like, I mean, I don't do it on Facebook anymore, like I should be. But that's because I kind of started running out of ideas and I kind of it was rough trying to do What Up with Club on Facebook. I don't know why it was, but it was. But yeah, I thought What Up with Club and like all of that. It was so fun because their reaction to things were just like so real. And we used to talk about it. But yeah, definitely miss Deanna. Now she's in Nashville, but she's living her life, doing what she loves best, and I'm just happy for her.
Have you
And
listened to the
yeah,
radio?
I love Justin. Huh?
Have you listened to the radio station that she's on?
Not yet because every time she's on there, I'm usually sleeping or I'm out. So I don't get a chance to, but I really want to call in one time.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one.
So bad. But yeah, but I do definitely miss their show, 100%.
They still do the podcast, I believe. Right?
Yeah, they do their podcast. I listen to that a lot too still.
Yeah.
Um but yeah. But it's kind of crazy because I'll never cross paths with them again probably.
Never say never.
You never say never, but I probably will not. But it's okay because I learned from them, so I just kind of, use their advice and make sure they, help me out.
Well, if you ever get back in radio, like get like a job in radio where I work or where I'm going to be working, if I start working, I want to knock on wood. Um, just come with me and we could probably meet up with them, one day.
Yeah, 100%. What's it called? Yeah, my plan for radio, I definitely want to do that, but I'm also 20, and sometimes radio stations want you to be 21.
Yeah, that's
They
kind of
like, yeah, it kind of is a little bit because if they would have told me that I could have been doing like, like stuff or even like interning somewhere like on air, I would love that. But I think I'm done my intern journey.
no more intern.
I don't know because well also I'm I forgot to tell you this. I'm going back to school and I'm going to be doing like tours and I'm going to be doing like maybe like teaching and stuff for podcasting. There's a lot on my plate. I don't know how I'm going to be doing all this, but I kind of want to inspire people to start doing their own podcast and put themselves out there because I feel like we need more positive podcasters like us.
Yeah, no, I get that completely.
I think that we need people to like, we have to like get a group together or something. It's only us. So, but yeah.
Should be fun.
Yeah, that would be so fun. Like think about it, like getting a group of people that podcast and like doing a whole like broadcasting like podcast or something. There's some website my school uses and they do like live podcasts. I don't know what it's called.
I think I know what you're talking about because a friend of mine went to CSB.
Yeah. CSB I love the directors. They were really good to me and I learned a lot. So, but yeah, if you're trying to get into radio or podcasting and you need some time or some learning experiences, go to CSB.
See, I always thought about going there, but I mean, now that I work in the industry, it's like there's no point for me to go.
No, there's a point.
Think?
How? Yeah. There are so many people. There are 60-year-olds that go here now.
Really?
Yeah. I literally, my class, it varied. So there's like maybe three 18-year-old, no, 19-year-olds. I think I was 18 at the time. I don't know. Yeah, like there's some people, like there's like 40-year-olds, 26-year-olds, like they're all over.
But if I'm already in the business, it wouldn't like they wouldn't give me an internship because I already work in radio.
Yeah, the thing is that like if you want to start doing like being on the radio and stuff, like there's workshops you can do. And like my director, he did radio all of his life. So he
Oh,
really taught me a lot. And like even though like to go practice or something, I mean, It's a lot because there are schedules, but it's a really good refresher to have, I think.
Hmm.
And once you go, you can start doing like I think free classes or something like that since I paid all that money. So,
Okay.
but
Very
and
kind.
you learn TV. You learn TV, podcasting, radio. Uh, you learn more about like marketing, like social media marketing. Um, you learn audio on like a video and audio like of your voice. You learn a lot. First day
Huh.
I was there, they put me on the microphone in front of everyone.
I did.
Scariest thing ever.
I mean,
I
I
didn't
did this.
know everyone, but now then like once I got to know everyone, we were loud and like obnoxious and like did not care.
Yeah, I
But
get that.
definitely our group of people that we had were amazing. They're so funny and we had a great time.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't know. I'm like kind of up in the air about it still. That's just me though.
But also you could also practice like say you do get like on air. You can always still like practice makes perfect. I mean, no one's ever perfect when they go in the radio world, even though they want you to be perfect. You don't always have to be perfect. I think that's something I learned a lot.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
No, that's basically it.
All right. Well, we'll talk after I stopped recording, but thanks for coming on, you know.
Of course. I
All
can't
right.
wait to be back and I can't wait to have you on Girls Uncensored.
Yeah, no, let me know about that. I'm actually
I definitely will.
all right. Well, thanks again for coming on.
Of course.